Hey guys, what's up? This is Pound for Pounds Firearms, and today we are going over the FN 502. She's clear here. If you watched my February 2nd, my 22 video, you'll see that we have some issues with the 22. Send it to FN. It's back. Stick around here, and we'll see what they did. See what they did. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in here. This is Pound for Pounds Firearms. So yes, we did get the FN 502 back from FN. Yeah, so if you were watching that, we'll just make sure it's clear. Looks like she's clear. No magazine in here. It's clear all the way down the chute. Cool. Got carbon and stuff falling off here. So yeah, so if you watched the February 2nd video, the 22 on 22 day, or 22 day, and I shot all my 22s, I had some issues with this here. The issues I was having was the front post was coming loose, and I was able just to move it around here. So the other thing I was having problems with is, well, looks like it's chipped, but so with the 22, the FN 22 or the 502, the plate, the optics plate, it doubles as the rear sight as well. So when you put different optics plates on here, you get different rear sights. So if you choose the plate without optics on it, it is the rear sight. So what ends up happening is, now I read their email. They emailed me back. These, I think, I forget now, I think it's 17 inch-pounds. But these need to be torqued to 17 inch-pounds. And then there's 2 washers on either side here. That's supposed to keep the pressure, and it's supposed to be, you know, you're not supposed to use Loctite with them. That's the whole design of it. Well, these things have come loose. I don't know. They come loose just about every shooting session. It drives me nuts. I asked FN about that, and they said, you know, torque it down to 17 inch-pounds, and you're just going to check it after every range session, which really sucks because it holds the rear sight. So, I don't know if I like that. I know. I mean, I can see why, because the slide's only so long, and you know, but it's like, you know, maybe do a different design if you're not gonna. If you don't want to swap these out and you don't want to use Loctite, but this O-ring mechanism does not work. So that's been my biggest pet peeve with this FN 502 so far, is the O-ring does not work. So let's go ahead and take this sucker apart real quick. And yeah, I don't know if they lubed it up or if that's just the old lube. I brought a rag here just in case I can wipe some of this off. Yeah, I don't think they cleaned my gun. So I think this is just left over from last time I shot it. I didn't clean it or nothing. I just sent it straight to them. So, yeah, so, you know, there's getting a little bit, getting some wear marks. I don't know how many rounds I got through this thing. Probably 2,000 rounds or so now. I had no idea 22s are so dirty until you put a can on it. Or you put a can on that thing, and my gosh, it is horrible. I did clean my can while it was gone. It took about 24 hours on a tumbler to get most of the carbon off of the baffles. It really it baffles me. Oh yeah, dad jokes be here all day. But yeah, so it was super dirty, and boy, I tell you, a couple hundred rounds and this thing gets clogged again. I mean, it doesn't affect the suppressor, but you know, the longer you go without cleaning it, man, the harder it is to clean, basically. So cool. Got this thing back. It doesn't look like there's anything crazy going on here. I probably just got to do a couple wipe down, maybe do another lube session. But yeah, let's go to the range here. Let's see how this thing performs now. Hopefully the front sights and this thing will stay loose. We're gonna go ahead and measure it. This is directly from FN. I have not touched it. It's a 17 inch-pounds according to FN. We'll see if we put a couple hundred rounds through it here and see if it comes loose. All right, guys, let's over to the range. All right, guys, we're gonna try to redo this here. So we're still in the 502. Had some technical difficulties. I don't know. I got old equipment, and GoPro decided that it didn't have Wi-Fi anymore. so I couldn't I didn't have a viewfinder, so I didn't know where the camera was pointing, and yeah, not sure that it was pointing in the best area. But so that said, we're just gonna go ahead and do our final thoughts here. So yes, we got the gun back from FN. We put down 90 rounds. I don't know how much of this you're gonna hear. You've heard already. We put down exactly 90 rounds. Well, actually, just a hair short of 90 rounds because there's some issues with some Winchester ammo. But yeah, after 90 rounds, I checked the optic, and it was factory torqued from FN, and the optic was already loose. This screw right here was probably about 3 turns loose, and the other one was about a half turn loose. So yeah, super disappointing, guys. You know, you spent $500, $550 for a 22 pistol. Yeah, it's cool, looks awesome. It's the same size, holster size as the 509. It's easier to train, but the one big difference here, and the reason why I'm loading this up here is because I don't know how much footage I saved or is going to get saved, so I'm going to redo a couple shots here. But basically what it boils down to is it's going to be a design flaw. The fact that this RMR plate also houses the rear sight is complete trash, is what it's coming down to. Because if this plate gets loose, now the 509s get loose on me too, but the 509s, the plates don't hold the rear sight, so if the plate comes off, no big deal, you're still zeroed. This thing, when this thing gets loose, that is your rear sight, you lose 0. And after 90 rounds, FN told me, you know, wait, you know, after your range session, just go ahead and just make sure they're torqued down. Well, my range session, unfortunately, is a little longer than 90 rounds, so that was really, really sad that that 90 rounds and it's already loose. And the reason why I knew it was loose is because I wasn't hitting my targets anymore. I'm like, what in the world? I'm like, well, I already know what the issue is. So came back here, and sure as crap, it is loose. Not only that, I'm noticing is that the finish, if you can see that or not, finish is totally wearing off of this plate. I think this plate is just polymer. I don't think there's anything crazy on it, but yeah. So I'll shoot a couple shots down range here for us. You can kind of take a look and see what you think here. So I mean, the gun itself is awesome, especially when you double it up with a suppressor. I don't have ears on. I don't need ears on. You know, the all blackout sights is kind of hard to pick up, but yeah, you know, doesn't chamber around. I'm gonna go. I keep blaming the ammo for it, but I mean, is it at this point? And so far, I'm hitting my targets, but here in probably about another 30 rounds or so, this thing's gonna come loose. Let's check it here after 15 rounds or 30 rounds. No, it feels pretty good right now. Oh, lost the magazine. But yeah, so. I know 22 is a dirty round, but I mean, this thing's got maybe 120 rounds through it, you know? All right. All right, guys, so for 22, I'm gonna go ahead and say there's probably better options out there, at least cheaper options. $550. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's compatible with 509s. As far as holsters and stuff, but you know, I've sent this thing in twice now, and basically this is just a design flaw. There's all they tell me is make sure it's torqued to 17 inch-pounds and tighten it after every range session. So real disappointing. That's the first FN product I'm not happy with, unfortunately, but yeah, hey, it's a 22. All right, guys. I don't know if we'll take this back to the table or not, but if not, see you on the next one.